Good morning, I'm Kristen Folletti and welcome to News Desk on SiliconANGLE TV for Monday, February 25th, 2013. Samsung has announced two new devices we can expect to see before the end of this year. Here to break down the latest news for us is SiliconANGLE contributing editor John Casaretto. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
It's official, Samsung will reveal the successor to the Galaxy S3 at an event on March 14th. Yesterday, Samsung tweeted out a teaser for the Mobile World Congress 2013 show, which will be live streamed today at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The tagline reads, "Ready for the show," using the number 4. So, John, what do you think we can expect to see at the March 14th announcement?
Well, I think that that was one of the little clues that they put out there. And we'll hear all about the Galaxy S4 when it comes out. But indeed, it is. They're going to continue their name of their flagship product. It'll continue. It'll be the Galaxy S4, and it'll confirm. That confirms what a lot of people have projected, that that they're going to continue that brand. But we don't know much about that phone yet at this point. And we'll find out more on March 14th. But there's a bunch of rumors of what some of the features might be, what a lot of people are expecting.
The Galaxy S4 will be shown off for the first time at a Samsung Unpacked event in New York City, March 14th. And this will be the first time a flagship smartphone has been unveiled in the U.S. since the original Galaxy S back in 2010. John, should we be reading into the fact that this is the first Samsung Galaxy announcement back in the U.S.? Is there any significance here, or does it hint at that Samsung may be announcing more than just a new phone?
Well, I think that there's some major significance here. I think it goes to show how important the United States and the American market really is to Samsung now. This is Apple's turf, and they're coming here and they're saying, "Hey, this is our turf now too. We can create buzz too." So it's pretty significant that they're announcing this phone here, and this will be the launch of it, and then the first time that it's unveiled. So I think that they'll probably have a bunch of other things that kind of go along with this announcement, including the availability and the pricing and all those good things we like to hear.
I know you said we don't know much, but thus far, what do we know, or what can we speculate about the new Galaxy S4 model, given the rumors that have been circulating?
Right. Well, so some of the things that are being expected are a 5-inch display, Android Jelly Bean, a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, 2 gigs of RAM, a bunch of different storage capacities, 13 megapixel camera. So, again, a leading edge phone with a bunch of cool features, but more than anything, what people have come to expect from the Samsung Galaxy experience, a very polished experience, and a very good takeaway from what they've come to know as their phone experience, and bringing that into a smartphone format and the next evolution of the S4. I think that they've probably paid a lot of attention to what they're doing and producing in this phone platform.
As you mentioned, there have been rumors of a 5-inch 1080p display for the new Galaxy S4. That's nearly the size of the current Galaxy Note 2, which comes alongside the announcement of the Galaxy Note 8, which will sport a whopping 8-inch display. John, it seems as though Apple was moving in the direction of miniaturizing its smartphones, and now we're seeing Samsung taking this opposite approach with larger devices making a comeback. What's your take on these larger model smartphones? Is smaller or bigger better?
Well, it really speaks to workflows and the way people have really adopted using these phones. How users have changed in their taste and what they want. Nowadays they expect more space, and we saw the growth from the iPhone 4S to the iPhone 5 as far as screen space. They also expect the features to make use of that space. So, this experience has to be optimized. I mean, let's face it, larger displays are very attractive, they're colorful, they're attention-getting. It's no wonder that people have adopted to such things. I think back to when I started in the computer business and monitors were 14, 15 inches. And then you had some 17 inches. It was just kind of organic and natural that it grew and people made use of that space. And I think that that's what we're seeing now with these smartphones and the emergence of these mid tablet and phablet. I hate that word, but these types of things. If people are just using that space, and I think that it really depends on the individual. If they want a miniaturized phone, they can have it. There's rumors of this watch and everything, but and if you need something and you want to be more productive, I think that people are more inclined to that kind of thing, a larger smartphone altogether.
Along with their Galaxy S4 announcement, Samsung also revealed information about another device at the Mobile World Conference in Barcelona. Samsung has officially announced the Galaxy Note 8 will launch the second quarter of this year, a device aimed at bridging the gap between Samsung's Note 2 and the Note 10.1 devices. John, this 8-inch device compares to Apple's recent iPad mini, which measures in at 7.9 inches. So how will the two devices seemingly match up?
Well, it seems quite natural that, when you're going into contention with a device such as Apple's device, that you're going to design something it seems quite natural that it's going to have a feature per feature design. So it'll bring that whole experience. It's really going to come down at some point whether you're into the Apple experience or into the Android experience, and really what your price point is. Are they going to come in at a premium? The margins for the Apple are somewhat slimmer than what they've enjoyed in the past. Can they match that? Can they come in at that price point, deliver a similar experience, and kind of beat out the competition at that point? It really remains to be seen. But I think that we're going to see a device that's very similar in its features and its experience, and whether that they add a Retina display and all that kind of thing, features that are very close to that, we'll see.
What's the Galaxy Note 8 expected to include?
Well, the elements that we do know about, Android Jelly Bean, the S Pen stylus, multi-window app support, these are elements that we've seen in some of the other Samsung devices, and it's sure to be brought into this new Galaxy Note 8.
Samsung also said it would introduce a media server called the HomeSync Cloud for the Galaxy Note 8. What can you tell us about that?
Well, this is an interesting device. It's a little portable media server. It features 1 terabyte of storage. It allows streaming from a single hub to multiple devices. And you just think about it in the following context. It's basically a media experience for the entire family. So it can sync multiple devices, allowing for up to 8 separate accounts for your family, and they can then upload and download content to and share with other family members. And it also allows you to stream content from Galaxy devices to the TV wirelessly. So really kind of a home server kind of thing, but in a very portable and compact device. Pretty neat stuff.
Any idea where this device will fall in terms of price point? And where do you think Samsung should aim for in terms of price, and why?
Well, we don't have any pricing information yet, but I think that, looking at this type of device and the kind of thing that it is, I think that it's something that should be, affordable, cheaper than a DVR for sure, because, you're not really able to get content. I think the pricing strategy is going to be interesting to see what they end up doing, but definitely somewhere above a streaming video player like a Roku or whatever. This is for a consumer base, and I think a real hard look at their pricing strategy and the demand and so on. I mean, they're really kind of setting a price here based on what the consumer is willing to pay.
Well, John, thank you so much for joining us this morning to break down those announcements, and we'll be chatting with you again in a little bit.
Thank you.
And John Casaretto will be back with us later this morning to discuss social media security. Also, Wikibon Chief Analyst Dave Vellante stops in to chat about new price cuts in cloud services. But first, your SocialAngle Daily News Roundup is on next on News Desk on SiliconANGLE TV.
theCUBE is this